Hi, and welcome to the Best of American Muscle magazine. I'm Camille Newer, your host as we review some of the highlights from our past year on our show. In today's show, we'll travel to Essen, Germany for the IFBB Grand Prix Championships, where greats like four-time Mr. Olympia Lee Haney fought off competition like Rich Gaspari, Lee Labrada, and Mike Christian, and the long-awaited return of Bob Paris. Guest-posing superwomen like Anya Langer and Ellen Van Mieris graced the stage to give the audience and us one of the best professional contests in years. So join us as we search the country, or I should say the world this time, for its best-built bodies, here on the Best of American Muscle magazine.
ESPN presents the Best of American Muscle magazine. Your look at America's best-built bodies. Sponsored by Video Pump, for the best in bodybuilding training and competition home videos.
Welcome back. Let's head off to Germany for the Essen Grand Prix. Our narrators are Linda Alden and Gil Birmingham.
Ellen offered a dynamic routine showing great size and shape. And at 5'4", Ellen weighed a hefty 142 pounds. Ellen's from nearby Holland, so the German crowd was very familiar with her giving an enthusiastic ovation.
Well, fourth in the Miss Olympia was Anya Langer, who came home to pose after her New York Olympia contest. Now, obviously, she was the crowd favorite with lots of shape. This young lady is a European champion, and it's only a matter of time before she wins the Miss Olympia crown.
In the men's competition, one of the highlights was the professional return of perennial favorite Bob Paris. With his renowned symmetry and good looks, this man should have been Mr. Olympia a long time ago. Bob is still trying to add the kind of mass he'll need to knock off King Haney and Rich Gaspari. Although he didn't place in the top 10, Bob was the winner in the eyes of a lot of his fans watching his first contest in 2 years.
Welcome to the Best of American Muscle magazine. I'm Camille Newer, and your host every weekday this month as we revisit some of the highlights of previous shows. Today we'll go to North Carolina for their state championships, which featured some of the greatest amateur bodybuilders ever seen. Then to the Teenage Mr. America in Tampa, Florida. And then David Hawk and Bo DeMillo train their abs and calves. Two small, yet very important body parts for the competitive bodybuilder. Professional Scott Wilson has earned the respect as a senior fellow in bodybuilding, and we learn how important his family support has been to his career. Fashion will top off our show with some well-shaped California ladies, so stay with us.
ESPN presents the Best of American Muscle magazine. Your look at America's best-built bodies. Sponsored by Video Pump, for the best in bodybuilding training and competition home videos.
Welcome back. Raleigh, North Carolina played host to some of the best state-level competitors we've seen. Spice Williams narrates the action.
Winning the women's division was Kim Hughes from Asheboro. This 5'8", 134-pound Iron Woman has been training only 3 years, but easily took the heavyweight class. In second was Carol Pittman of World's Gym in Raleigh. She would have won on any other day since her balance between size and maintaining her femininity was perfect.
I just wanted to place in the top 3 in my weight class, and I'm real happy with how I did since my first time here at the state meet. See the same girls every year trying, and they might move up a place a year, you know, and I was really happy that the first time I came in, I got second place.
Karen Spell posed her way into the hearts of most of the guys watching the contest. This lady won the middleweight class and is on her way to the Women's National Championships in Miami. And with her strong appeal, just made place in the top 5. Probably the sweetheart of the contest was lightweight winner Kim Isley. At only 5'1", Kim was certainly one of the crowd's favorites from the moment she stepped on stage.
have been a cheerleader most of my life, and I am grateful for the genetics that I have, and I just saw such a quick response when I started into this. And I also did a split routine, as she mentioned. I worked out twice a day, once at lunch, and then I would go back to work, and then I would go work out again in the afternoons. And it does take a lot of time, but I felt like that worked best for my body, and I saw quick results.
In the men's division, light heavyweight Keith Sigmund dominated with 195 pounds on his 5'7" frame. Crediting sound nutrition and dedication to his goals, Keith had the greatest amount of mass and best symmetry on stage.
I'm on a diet. If I diet for 8 weeks, I eat the same thing every day. Each meal is the same for those 8 weeks. That way I know my calories will be the same every day. So I eat the same thing every day.
And what do those meals consist of?
Pasta, rice, oatmeal, and a few apples, distilled water. That's about it.
In the Teenage America, Randy Komisarek was narrowly beat out for the title while walking on stage at 5'6", 190 pounds. This 19-year-old sensation has been training since high school and started to build up his body for football. He told us that he knew he would never be 6 feet tall, so he'd better do something to make an impression on the coaches. Well, once the bug stung, Randy went with lifting 100%. Oh, and as for the coaches, now they want him to be center for the local college team. Winning the contest was Scranton, Pennsylvania native Frank Vassell. Frank was the same height and weight as Randy, but it seemed as if he won because his presentation was slightly more animated and responded better to the audience.
We'd like to remind you that Raleigh, North Carolina will also host the MPC Junior USA coming up on April 23rd. We'll be there to cover this amateur event, and we'll bring you all of the highlights. Next up, Dave Hawk and Bo DeMello show their best body parts in training.
Magazine is brought to you by